and welcome back to my channel. Today I decided to do, I always say this when I do a video I've never done before, a little bit of a different kind of video today. Obviously it's different, I've never done it before, but this isn't necessarily an anti-haul, this isn't necessarily a roast, this is products that I predict will be in the sale section either before Christmas even hits or coming in the new year. Now, I don't know if anyone has done this kind of video before. Probably. I know that Lauren Mae Beauty does do a series on her channel which is talking about makeup she isn't surprised is in the sale section. So I will, obviously that gave inspiration to this, so I will leave her channel down below. But let's just get into some of these products. Now, this is my speculation. Obviously, I have not used these products, so I don't need anyone coming for me.
Well, you never even tried them. You don't know if they're good or bad, so why are you saying they're in the sale section?
So I don't need no one coming for me with all the attitude or whatever. My opinions, my whatever. If you have these and they are fantastic, that is great. Let me know down in the comments below. But let's just get started. Here I do have my cute little list, and the first thing on my list, and there is a lot of holiday releases because although holiday releases is something that doesn't stick around forever, not everything holiday necessarily goes on sale. Like, not every holiday release that Sephora has where they're like, okay, now we don't, now the holidays are over, let's clearance everything out. They just don't do that. But the first thing is something that I saw and I was like, maybe I'm going to have to get that. But then upon closer examination, it just fell short on so many levels. And that is the Fenty Beauty Kilowatt Foil Highlighter Palette. Now, part of the reason I believe this is going to end up in the sale section is, well, number one, this may be a personal pet peeve. The packaging is cardboard. And I understand there are a lot of brands that I love that consistently use cardboard packaging for their products. I'm not against cardboard packaging. I'm against cardboard packaging when you're charging me $54 and it's a highlighter palette. Now, I understand that Fenty Beauty caters to those of us with a deeper melanin, and that is 100% awesome. But even then, we've got a blue, all right, we've got like a icy white, okay, and then it dips into like really deep bronzy, and there's even like a red. Like, even coming from someone who is deeper, I honestly don't think that this is a highlighter palette in the complete sense of one. It's just kind of like this collection of these really, really weird shades. Like, if it were an eyeshadow palette, then yeah, sure, okay, you've just got really big pans. But as a highlighter palette, it just doesn't look right. It also has not received a huge amount of, oh wow, yes, shock and awe. I am taking some of my calculations from anti-hauls and other videos, will I buy it videos that I have seen floating around my subscriptions and recommended. So I honestly think if you want this, wait you some time. It's going to go on clearance in the holiday or whatever. It's going to be like 36 bucks. Get it then. The next two items I think is going to be a first in Sephora history, but I am pretty ding sure it's gonna happen. And that is the Kat Von D Fetish Collection, specifically the eyeshadow palette and the blush and highlighter palette. Now, y'all would have seen, I did a review on it. You know my opinions, you know my feelings. And this thing, it seems to be somewhat consensusly. There has been people who are like, oh no, it's pigmented, it's amazing, it blends beautifully. I was not one of those people. It is currently sitting at 3 stars at Sephora, and I just, now even if they don't like literally just like clearance it, so Sephora has this little thing. No makeup realtor or brand wants to admit that they have makeup that isn't really all the hype. They want us to believe that everything they're shilling to us is going to be wonderful, it's amazing, you want it, but that's just not the case. So instead of just being like, okay, this is horrible, this is crap, we have backstock we need to get rid of, put it on sale, Sephora does this little thing called the weekly wows, where they're like, all right, here are these products that aren't selling, let's discount them and see if we can't move some units out. This was evident for me in the Natasha Denona Tropic palette, which I got. It was on sale. It was horrible. I know why it was on sale. And I feel like that's just kind of a thing that Sephora does because, I mean, they don't want us to know there's crappy makeup, but there is crappy makeup, but they still need to sell the crappy makeup. My next prediction is not necessarily because I think it's a bad product, simply because I don't think it has sold well enough within its release time, and I don't think it has appealed to a large enough audience for it to honestly stay full retail at least forever, and that is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Sultry palette. This is a palette I also reviewed. I enjoyed the quality, but the color spectrum, the timing, the theme, everything to do with just kind of how it was laid out and done, it doesn't really spark a huge amount of excitement, even in neutral lovers. This is something we've seen 20 million times before. If you have an Anastasia Beverly Hills palette, you probably don't need this one. It's just something that I haven't seen getting a lot of like, whoo, wham, wow, this is amazing, this is great. I haven't seen a lot of people freaking out about it and saying they want it, saying they want to get it. So I foresee that this one is either going to become a weekly wow. If it is a limited edition, I think it is going to go on sale sort of the same way that the Prism palette did. Then another collection. This is like a whole thing and kind of goes into a little bit of a theme tangent that I'm talking about. And that is the Sephora plus Museum of Ice Cream collection. Now, I will admit, if it was not Sephora brand, because Sephora brand is not cruelty-free, I would be tempted. This is adorable. It's just sprinkles and candy and just ice cream and just wonderful goodness. But if you look back, kind of in past makeup release history, you will notice a theme where Sephora makeup and Sephora collab makeup tends to not sell the best unless you're that freaking Moschino set, which honestly I feel like had nothing to do with the makeup and was more just like the collector people. But the makeup Sephora does in collaboration with people often tends to not sell very well. A lot of times the quality isn't very good. The Sephora brand is okay in some respect. It's not amazing, but it's not horrible. This collection has not gotten the best of reviews, and I feel like, I mean, if you guys look in the sales section, I look in the sales section of Sephora all the time. Anything new, anything nice, anything fancy. And the collection they did last year with, I don't even know who it was. I will insert picture here. Is still on sale at Sephora. A year later, they're still trying to peddle this crap to us that didn't sell when it was initially released. So I feel like this collection is just gonna kind of go the same way as all the other ones, where they're just like, hey, what up, Sephora collection? Oh wait, the holidays are over and we still have a lot of units of this. What are we gonna do? We're gonna put that off on sale. Then something that is kind of a little bit more of a, I don't want to say, well, this is all personal, but kind of getting into my personal preferences and kind of how I view standout makeup. That is kind of something that, yes, people are gonna want and gonna buy. Pure Cosmetics, which I feel releases a lot of stuff and releases just, I tried the My Little Pony palette. The quality was horrible. I do have a highlighter from them that's amazing, but their collection, their Christmas collection with The Grinch Stole Christmas. Now, don't get me wrong. I love nostalgia. I'm all about nostalgia. You guys see all kinds of nostalgia around me right now. But if you look, especially the eyeshadow palette, if you look at the way this crap is packaged, you get like, oh my goodness, it's just, it's the kind of eyeshadow palette that comes with something in it. So you take that out and there's all that wasted space. You're not getting a lot of product. You're not getting a lot of variety. There's a face powder, some kind of face product in with the eyeshadows. And I'm just like, this was put out to proc on nostalgia, to proc on people who love Dr. Seuss, who love The Grinch Stole Christmas, who love Christmas, and who love all the tacky, I mean, it's kitschy, bordering on tacky. The packaging is just, it's something that's released for Christmas, for you to buy because you love Christmas and then never use. So yeah, that I do not foresee being, and now this is to say, I'm pretty sure it's available on the Pure website. This is only if it comes to, say, Sephora or Ulta. I think it would go on sale because I honestly just think it's like really the gimmick of all gimmicks during the holiday season to do something that is just straight up exclusively one holiday. Maybe that's just me. Maybe I'm a Grinch, but those are my thoughts on that one. Then we have the ever so beautiful, I believe I talked about this in an anti-haul, and that is the Urban Decay Elements palette. Now, don't get me wrong, this thing is beautiful. The packaging is gorgeous and stunning beyond belief. But if you take into consideration sort of the history of Urban Decay limited edition palettes, be it Vice palettes, the Full Spectrum, the Back Talk, a myriad of eyeshadow palettes from Urban Decay, they release them, people anti-haul them, some people buy them, and then they go on sale. And it doesn't even necessarily have to be a product that wasn't well received. The Back Talk palette, kind of whatever. The Jean-Michel Basquiat collection went on sale. Their Spectrum palette, that was, I think, holiday last year or the year before last, that went on sale. The Vice palettes notoriously go on sale. It's just like, I just see this happening, not necessarily because it's bad, although the swatches in the picture I showed you did not look impressive. It's just that it just kind of happens with Urban Decay. Then last but not least, from a brand that is very near and dear to my heart, in lieu of giving us a Lorac Pro 5, at least I think so, they have instead decided to give us another kind of palette and a face palette, which I was tempted by because you guys know I love Lorac face products, but I have face palettes by them that I kind of don't use now. But they have this, like, it is the same, like you got the mattes up top and then you got the shimmers on the bottom, like the whole shebang bang. And the shimmers look bomb. The shimmers look poppin'. They are bright. They are fun. They are beautiful. And then you look at the mattes and you're like, okay, alright, we got 12 shades of like beige ochre paper going on. There are shades that aren't going to look very different on the eyes. And one thing that's like really not selling it for me on this thing is the fact that whenever I have a bright palette, I like to have a whole bright palette because when I do a bright look like this, I start off with a softer color of the main color I'm going to be putting in this area right here, the outer V going on. They could have made those top matte shades like coordinating softer versions of the really punchy shimmers, and it would have been so cohesive and so easy to do a colorful look. But no, we have to fill it with these stupid setting shades that don't do anything. So you're paying $59 for like 12 filler shades. So this thing I don't think is gonna go over well. If it doesn't go on sale, it's at least gonna go and we're gonna find it at like Marshall's and TJ Maxx and Ross and all those other places we've been hauling makeup from. I just think that they could have thought that one through a lot better. Alright guys, there was that video. Definitely let me know what you think about this kind of video and my opinions. It's just kind of a chance to get like a little sassy without necessarily anti-hauling or roasting or anything like that. I wanted to do it. I thought it would be fun. Let me know down below a product that you think is going to hit the sales section. If you think it's just like not whatever, just what's going to hit the sales section. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you. And as always, keep it real.